Well, I'm just so excited to have Speaker Ryan here.
He's a little different than the last time we were here.
Hey,
how you doing, man?
Good.
Thanks for hospitality. Thanks for having us. Hey, how you been?
Remember my wife?
I know.
I'm really impressed by his heart for the people that are hurting and people that are in poverty.
So last time it was a house we were at.
Yeah, it's Timothy's house.
Yeah, Timothy's house. That's what it was called. That's pretty close to here, wasn't it?
Yeah. I remember the first time I met him down at Cleveland State. Him spending time and listening to ministers that work with people in poverty, I saw a guy that really had compassion for the hurting. And I thought, because I haven't had a high expectations of politicians, but you know what? God corrected me because he says, you know what? Here's a guy that is the real deal. And that's what I love about you. You're the real deal.
He has been a true warrior. And what I'm impressed with through all of the levels that God has elevated him, he has not abandoned us.
All I want to do is just say, this is the most important meeting I'm going to have all week.
Let us show you around.
Yeah, let's do it.
This was a school building. We purchased a ministry called Advent Ministry, and we make bunk beds. And the whole vision behind it is we take guys that normally are unemployable because of felonies, and we employ them, teach them a skill, and more than a skill, just like basic, show up on time.
Yeah, right. Soft skills, right?
Right. Because the skill is limited, but it's getting them in the routine of working. And then we have some other businesses that we work with, and after they've been here for a year, then we can get them plugged
Pipe them into there. You say this guy's ready for the next step.
Something that we started less than a year ago is a food pantry, and I was thinking we're going to feed a couple hundred people a month. We were feeding 5,000 people a month.
5,000 people a month?
Out of here.
Nice to meet you.
So we'll take you down the hallway, which connects the next building, which is going to be Creation House. Each floor is 10,000 square feet. So what we want to do here is we're going to be turning these into shower rooms. We want to put in a commercial kitchen, and we want to expand our feeding of the homeless. It'll be modeled a lot like Outcry. That's why we've been going down.
Yeah, you've been going down and just seeing what Jubal's doing.
Yeah, we've been training with Jubal.
That's what helps, isn't it? I mean, just having
it's huge to be able to
learn from other success stories. Don't repeat their mistakes, learn from their mistakes.
Exactly. A lot of the people that are homeless are out on the streets because they're addicted. And so what's nice is we'll be able to offer them, hey, you know what, if you really want to change your life, come on with us.
What we hope to do is to recruit business leaders in Ohio who can come in not just with money, but in-kind services too. That's that Pharaoh-Joseph relationship, so that you all will have a system of relationships locally.
We have some young ladies here that have had their lives impacted by Jesus Christ for the better, and it came through some tragic events of addiction that either affected them personally or a family member.
I have been a drug user for 16 years. My son's name was Wiley. He's been dead for 24 days.
I lost 32 students, 16 of them were to overdose.
Between the ages of 7 and 14, I was molested several times by multiple people. I started to run away. I started with drinking. Moved on to marijuana at 12 years old. Methamphetamines and cocaine, acid, mushrooms, ecstasy, anything that I could get my hands on. This is the most I've ever said to anyone besides my husband. But I know that it's important, and I know it's not about me or my story, so please wait for the good part. I wasn't always a heroin addict. It's been every drug. It's been men. Anything that makes me feel accepted. So between detention centers, group homes, my broken home, and the streets, I was raised there. My son's addiction started in 2013. The painkillers no longer worked for him. He had gone to crushing pills and snorting them, and then heroin. We always had a thing when we hung up. He always said, "I love you, Mommy." 26 years old, I love you, Mommy. I will never hear those words again.
I think it's very easy to get jaded when you work with addicts. I think it's very easy to think this doesn't matter, they're just going to go back. And it may be true 7 times, but you know what? You fall down 7, you stand up 8. And then you get a pastor call.
I'm 4 months and 4 days clean. There's no other way. I don't think I could have done it. I've tried to stop plenty of times before, and it never worked. I have never felt so strong. And then when I walk through these doors and know that I have so many people I can run to when I need someone to talk to, I'm feeling weak, and they don't judge me.
You can't do better until you know better. So if you don't have the life skills, if you haven't been taught that, if you don't have something to replace what your addiction was trying to fill, then you're not going to get out of your addiction. And that's what I feel that is going on here. We're filling people spiritually. Creation House, it won't be a 6-week program or a 3-month program. It's going to give them an opportunity to really change lives.
It is so important that we make changes. So I thank you for coming and listening to us and truly considering bringing the government together so that we can all together work on this epidemic and stop it and save lives.
Last Thursday, I signed a bill and sent it to President Obama to go into law on heroin and opioid addiction, on abuse. It's the most comprehensive rewrite of these laws in a generation. Because please know that we know this is getting everybody in our country. I want to thank you ladies for the gift you have just given all of us. This teaches us, this shows us. And I also want to thank you for this beautiful gift of redemption that you just described to us. I think you got it right when you said, you've got to replace what drugs we're trying to fill. What we're trying to do is get rid of those barriers in society to make sure that more of this can happen. And to my friend Paul, I mean, it just gives us so much hope.